Welcome back to another episode of SmartFox.
Hi, SmartFox viewers. Sally here today. I know that I love nature and animals, so I thought I'd do another segment on some amazing animal stories. So today I have a story about an encounter with a greyhound dog, as well as an encounter with a special sheep in New Zealand. So here's our first story. When their beloved greyhound Mavis passed away at the age of 13, Doreen and Stuart Hawthorne knew that they wanted to adopt another X racing greyhound. That's when they decided to go to Dogs Trust Kenilworth, where they adopted their first greyhound right before she was going to be put to sleep. There, they met 5-year-old Richie, who looked a lot like their old dog Mavis. When they took him home, they looked at his racing numbers and were able to shed light on his background. Apparently, there's a reason why he looked very similar to Mavis, because he was one of Mavis's grandsons, which explained the huge resemblance. So Doreen and her husband were thrilled to have this other family member that reminded them of Mavis. And although Richie is very different from her, they're happy to see his personality shine through as he gets more comfortable living in their home. Another story we have for you today is about Shrek the sheep. So some people like to keep their hair long, but Shrek, the merino sheep from New Zealand, didn't shear his wool for 6 whole years. Normally, merino sheep are sheared once a year, but Shrek avoided shearing because he had escaped his enclosure and managed to avoid people by living in the wild for those 6 years. When he was finally spotted, he was caught and found to have 80 pounds of wool on him, which is about 6 times the normal amount of any merino sheep. So to give you an idea of its massive size, his wool was enough to make 20 suits for men. He instantly became famous and was even shared on live television for everyone to see. His fleece was then auctioned off as donations to children's hospitals, and he even met New Zealand's Prime Minister. About 2 years later, he was once again shared on live television on an iceberg this time for everyone to see, and he passed away in 2011 at 16 years old. So animals can be pretty amazing and have very interesting stories like the ones we just heard about. But I hope this segment was entertaining, if not amusing, for you. Thanks again for joining us for amazing animal stories.
Welcome to Cartoon Trivia. What was the Krusty Krab before Mr. Krabs acquired it? Was it a retirement home, a pet shop, or an arcade? Be back with the answer.
This is Kim, and thanks for joining me for the current news. As Pfizer becomes one of the first COVID vaccinations to be approved by the FDA, the U.S. military is moving to mandate that all U.S. military personnel will receive the COVID-19 vaccination. The schedule of how that will be happening will take place in the coming days. In Wyoming, a 4-year-old little girl by the name of Caroline May Evans may have landed the potential world record set for catching the golden trout. Her golden trout weighed about 0.92 kg, which is about 2 pounds. If you are a cat lover like I am, you might want to know every little thing about your little tiny kitten or your adult cat, just like me. For instance, kneading. Although I always see my cat burying her paws into my blankets or my couch and such, or sometimes even my leg, I never really knew what it meant, but I assumed it meant that she was happy. And according Dr. Julia Albright, a professor of veterinary medicine from the University of Tennessee, she says that when a cat is kneading around you, that they are happy to be around you. This is Kim, and thanks for joining me for the current news.
The Krusty Krab was actually a retirement home before Mr. Krabs acquired it. In the episode Krusty Krab training video, the Krusty Krab building is shown to have originally been a rundown retirement home called the Rusty Krab, which Mr. Krabs acquired and converted into a restaurant. Thanks for playing Cartoon Trivia.
This is Kim.
This is Tracy.
Hi, this is Sally.
And thanks for watching
SmartFox TV.
Stay Foxy!